Good evening, everyone, and welcome into the Gippsland Regional Indoor Sports Stadium for tonight's Big V Championship men's action between the home team, the Gippsland United men, and travelling down the highway is the RMIT University. Matt Royal in here tonight, your play-by-play caller for the game, and alongside me I've got Reese Hamwriting. Good evening, Reese.
Good evening, Matt. How are we?
Hey, we're going great. Going to get some basketball underway in just over 4 minutes 40, and we've got the RMIT Redbacks travelling down the highway, currently sitting fifth in the ladder, on the ladder, which is inside the finals race, which is a top 6 this season in the 2026 season, and they're on a 3-game win streak, and we've got Gippsland United, who just can't get a win at the moment. They're currently on a 4-game losing streak. Hopefully it's not 5 after tonight. Going to be a big battle of basketball. These two teams have gone head-to-head for many of years. A lot of history between them.
Yeah, absolutely. You go back to an epic Division 1 grand final a couple of years ago where RMIT were victorious in that matchup, but ever since then the moral and mutual respect between both clubs has always been there. So, but this time around, though, for RMIT, no Steve Coffey tonight, who's, to my understanding, has ruptured a plantar fascia injury. Hopefully that doesn't see him to be done for the rest of the season, because he is a crucial part of what Big V basketball's been the last 6 or 7 years that he's been here for. Definitely a big loss there for RMIT, but again, these guys pride themselves on the next man up mentality, so it will be interesting to see how they respond.
Yes, it'll be good to see how they come out of it. And just having a look, the last time these two teams met was in round 5 this season. RMIT got the win over Gippsland, 105-78, and it was the first quarter. RMIT ran out 28-20. But it was the second quarter where RMIT got going, really shut down the defence of Gippsland, and were able to score on the offensive end, having a big 31-16 quarter. And Devin Vanderheit led that game with 29 points. He's going to be a big key for the Redbacks tonight.
Yeah, big wing, highly athletic, and also pretty long in length as well. He'll be looking to probably step up and provide a bit of versatility now with Coffey out of the mix, and obviously Matt Spencer was truly instrumental in that game as well. RMIT absolutely put them away in that that second quarter, and that just was history from there on.
And we're starting a little bit late here tonight. We had an injury in the game prior, which delayed tip-off the warm-up slightly, but we're just under 2 minutes until tip-off in here. And who else have we got key to watch tonight?
Yeah, so for RMIT, get to see Xavier Cotton this time around, GU. He started off the season with Wyndham and made a mid-season trade to the Redbacks. Matt Spencer's third in the league for assists per game at 6.4. And then big man in the middle, Coleman Bock, averaging 15 points, 6 rebounds, and a block and a half a game as well for a crafty big fella that he is. But for GU, some really good standouts so far. Bryce Brown's continuing his pretty impressive season with 18 points and 9.5 rebounds a game. Ben Barlow, who's the absolute steward of this Gippsland team, is averaging 12 points, 6 rebounds and 2.8 assists a game. And then it's coming from the young bucks here. Riley Moore, who's up to 10 per game with his increased workload. And then Rowan Denzik averaging 7.8 points a game, 3.3 rebounds, but a blistering 39% from 3. So it will be very interesting here to see if they can keep their impressive seasons going now, and see if they can get the job done for a win.
And just before we tip off here in Traralgon, quick look around the courts. We've got the RMIT University Division 2 women taking on Wallen as we speak, and unfortunately they're just under, 19 points down, start of the fourth. So A bit of a rough one for the Redback women tonight. And here in the Gippsland Regional Indoor Sports Stadium, we had your Youth League 3 men go down to Melton. Bit of a tough night for you.
Kept up to them for 3 quarters. They're second on the ladder. Really good team, very talented. But yeah, the 4th quarter they just blew us apart and got the job done.
And the Division 1 women had an unfortunate loss, going down by, I think it was about 10 points in the end. So not a good night so far for Gippsland teams as we get the game underway. And that's Gippsland through Brown winning the tip. Gippsland will look to control the tempo in this first possession into Winderlick. Washington pulling up, can't get it to fall. And that's some great work there by Daniel Steen. Able to draw the foul there on Bryce Brown on the rebound.
Yeah, you don't want your real first possession to end in a foul early this quarter, but see how they capitalise here.
Spencer gives it across. That's Vanderheit with the ball. Looking to go to work against Brown. That's going to be a really good matchup to see. The big fella, Coleman Bock inside, gets a nice easy 2.
That starts his night the right way, getting it off the glass.
And as we mentioned in the pregame, that come from Spencer. So watch out for Spencer's golden hands tonight. As Johns lets it fly from behind the arc. Gets Gippsland's account open for the night.
It'll be interesting to see if Johns can get going. He's struggled the last couple of games to kind of find a flow, so it'll be interesting to see how they get him involved.
That's Spencer dishing out. Can't get that one to fall, unfortunately, RMIT. That was Coleman Bock pulling in that rebound. As Spencer goes for the rack this time and gets the lay in for 2. Johns looking to drive, penetrating, goes to Winderlick. Winderlick looks to go to work, can't get it to roll off the glass. Vanderheit with the rebound. And he's going to pull it up. Can't get it to drop. It looked good from here after it hit that back of the ring, but Washington going downhill fast, and there's the layup, 2 points. Gippsland back in the lead.
I think for Gippsland, Washington needs to get downhill as best as he can. He breaks over the game that way. So hopefully a little bit more there.
That's Spencer going downhill, dishing it off, and then being called for the offensive foul. Running into Washington.
Some really great intensity on defense here from United early. See if they can keep it all up.
Speaking to Scott McKenzie before the game, it was making sure they got off to a reasonable start in the first, but it's going to be even more important in that second and third quarter, where over the last few weeks they haven't been able to get the job done. As Winderlick finds a 3. What is the big man doing out there?
Okay, we're in trouble with Winderlick's hitting 3s. What a shot.
Coleman Bock going against Barlow. The big boy gets it done. Johns finds inside to Brown, and that's Stein in there, sticking his hand in the jar, down to get the turnover. And Gippsland can't come away with a shot there as they look to bring the full court pressure, as they do every week. Vanderheit showing his ball handling skills, drives to the rack. Yes, sir, 2 points. Nice little kiss off the glass.
Letting his teammates know that I've got him.
Now Johns going down the other end, trying to go around Vanderheit, and that's Winderlick spinning and bouncing. Hook shot, can't get it to fall. And that's the Redbacks coming down the other way. Stein says, let's settle down. Gives it off to the captain in Spencer. Coleman Bock, nice little hook for 2. RMIT take the lead back.
Coleman Bock showing why he's a problem in this league, being so physical early, and gets a steal.
Vanderheit may have had a hand in there as well, as RMIT look to come the other way. Washington can't force the steal, and that's Vanderheit for 3, and that's in. Coach Scott McKenzie isn't liking what he's currently seeing in the past minute or two. Decides to call the early timeout with 6 minutes 33 remaining here in the first. It's RMIT 13, Gippsland United 8.
Red hot start for for the Redbacks, led by the charge of Vanderheit, Bock and Spencer. Bock is up to 6 points for the game. Vanderheit's up to 5 with that 3. And Spencer's just been dealing and wheeling with his facilitating at the moment. But with that being said, first quarter's always about feeling each other out, seeing how they've scouted each other, see what they can get, what they can't get. So it'll be very interesting to see what GU do in this timeout to get back on track.
Certainly will be, as our timeout is brought to you by the official game ball sponsor of the Big V, Spalding. We take a quick look at RMIT shooting 100% from the 2-point range at the moment. They're making sure the looks that they're getting for 2 are quite good. Shooting nearly 33% from behind the arc, but 1 of 3. Can't complain about that early in the first quarter here in Traralgon.
Absolutely.
Round 13, Big V Championship men's action here. As Johns brings it down the court for Gippsland. Gets met by Vanderheit. Decides to go to Barlow. Washington looking to go against Stein. Burkick's checked into the game, and there's his little trusty hook. Can't get it to fall. And there's our man Spencer bringing it down fast for the Redbacks. Barlow causing a little bit of angst there with a deflection. Spencer turns it over. Johns was able to get in the middle of that. And here's Brown going hard to the rack. Referee looks like they've signalled a late foul there. That one's going to be assigned to Spencer. That'll be his first foul for the game. He wasn't sure how the referees have called a foul from their location there.
It's also Spencer's second foul. So I think RMIT are not too aware of that, actually. So it'll be interesting if they keep him out there.
As Brown goes to the line, missing the first. A tick under 6 minutes to go here in the first. RMIT are not showing any urgency to get Spencer out of the game, that's for sure. As Brown makes the second.
Opens his bank account for the night.
Spencer's quite a smart player, though.
He is.
He should be able to handle himself here. As Barlow is able to block his shot, driving shot. As we have another foul here called. This time the foul is going to go against Coleman Bock. Fair bit of contact there at mid-court. RMIT players not overly happy with it. As Johns looks to set Gippsland up. Burkick out the top. Washington with a nice shot fake. Gets his player in the air. Oh, wow! Gets up there and cocks it back. Throws it down. Woo-hoo-hoo!
He letting it know, hey, I'm here to play tonight.
Oh, that's a nice little pass there, but Ogle can't find it. He does on the second attempt there.
It's a nice little circus shot there. I like that.
It was a nice little circus shot. Should have made the first one as Burkitt gets it inside. Goes to Washington. There's 2. Easy layup.
Puts Washington to 6 points very quickly. But what an absolute thunderous dunk on that baseline. That's a way to keep the night going.
Definitely a nice dunk there from Washington a couple of plays ago. As the referees have blown a foul here. Bit of a tangle in players. And that one's going to be whistled against Brown. Looking like he's second.
Yeah, it looks like Scott McKenzie is going to trust Brown to keep him in the game.
As Ogle checks out after only a couple of minutes playing. Common Brock able to make the easy 2. And it looks like we've got Xavier Cotton checking in. We'll see what he can bring for tonight's action as Brown spins around Stein for 2. Cuts the lead back to 2 points here in Traralgon. Barlow getting in front of Spencer. And that's a nice pass there from Vanderheit to Stein for 2. Great little play there by the Redbacks to find another basket to go on the scoreboard. Oh, Barlow back cut. Signature Barlow.
BR electrical layup there. Great find by Brown there.
Was a great find, and there's Vanderhyde pulling up for three. Can't get it to fall. Johns chasing the rebound as Barlow pushing for Gippsland. Burkitt calling for it on the three-point line. Nice little cut by Brown, who lets it fly. Can't get it to fall. Coleman Bock pulling in another rebound.
Yeah, Bock's certainly getting his money's worth tonight. 8 points and 2 rebounds so far in this affair.
This is Vanderhyde. He's going to be trouble for Gippsland all night. And he finds Coleman Bock inside. Can't get it to drop, though. And then we've had the referee's whistle for a foul. That one looks like it may have gone against Washington, which is not a bad thing for Gippsland, with Brown carrying the 2 fouls. And it looks like Brown's going to have a rest here in the first. Checking into the game is Riley Moorhoo. Now, not a bad replacement there for Brown, other than giving away a little bit of height, but I think Riley will be able to guard Vanderhyde, or even Roman Lutton's checked into the game for RMIT as well. So between either of them, and then you've also got Xavier Cotton, I think they'll find the matchups okay. As Coleman Bock streaks out to 10 points.
He's in these double digits. He's already nearly 6 points away from his average.
Barlow catches on the three-point line, lets it fly. Cotton gets a hand to it, deflects it, but Burkitt lets it fly this time. No good, and there's Johns on the rebound. Bit of hustle there from Barlow, probably caused that little deflection from RMIT, which was able to fall into Johns' hands. That's a great find there to Stein. Can't get it to fall. Barlow going the other way. Burkitt on a really good cut there. Coleman Bock did an even better job of keeping it away from him as Washington gets to the rack for 2. He's going to draw a foul there. That foul looks like it's gone against Xavier Cotton. He's first, and Coach Vin from RMIT isn't liking what he's seeing from the Redbacks and decides to call a timeout. We are all tied up here in Traralgon, 21 apiece. Still just over 2.5 minutes of basketball action to be played in the first quarter. Washington leading the scorers for Gippsland with 8 points, but we got Coleman Bock leading all scorers with 10. Wouldn't have picked him at the start of the game to have 10 points in this first quarter, that's for sure.
Look, I think with Coleman Bock is, he's certainly just a huge body to cover. And Burkitt and Wenderlich, they're doing their very best, but he's very smart about his positioning. And being with this team for the last 4 years, is, to my understanding, I'm sure all these guys know where to find him and get him to the spots, and just Gippsland just haven't kind of pushed him out of that spot yet. But every time he's caught that ball, it's been off the glass. So he's already, like I said, 5.5 points away from reaching his average for the season in just the first quarter.
He's shooting at an easy 80%, so everything he's getting is around that rim, which is where you want your big man to be. As Washington goes to the line for his M1. He's able to drain it, find the bottom of the net, and give Gippsland the lead again.
It puts Elijah up to 9 points for the game with a handy 2 assists to go with it.
Cotton onto Lutton. Getting a nice screen there from Coleman Bock, who's able to find. Coleman Bock sides against it, goes to Cotton from behind the arc. Yes, sir! Handy 3 points from in front of the players' benches, who got up and got excited. There's more who comes the other way. Washington pulling up behind the defense. 3, yes, sir! Gives a little shake to go. Thank you. I'll take that. Didn't seem overly confident with it.
Yeah, puts him up to 12 for the night. He's getting busy early.
Morhu playing on Cotton there. Goes out to Vanderhyde. Benny Barlow standing in front. Great defense. Vanderhyde goes over the top of him. Cleans up the mess and tips it in for another 2. Taking his account to 7 for the night. as Washington and Cotton get tangled together, and that foul is going to go against Xavier Cotton. He's second, and it looks like we're going to walk to the free throw line for Washington to have a couple of bonus free throws. Makes the first. Misses the second. As John's chasing the rebound against Steen, and the referee's going to whistle that one off Gippsland. RMIT to bring the ball up under some full court pressure. That's Lutton bringing it up with a fair bit of pressure from Morhu. Into Coleman Bock, who nearly tosses it away. It comes off a Gippsland hand, and RMIT will have possession with 15 seconds remaining on the baseline, as Michael Johns goes to have a well-deserved rest, and that's Realm Demzik checking into the game for the first time tonight. Cotton looks to let it fly, decides against it, finds Lutton in the corner, who hits the front of the ring, grabs his rebound, goes hard at Burkick, finds a bit of body, also puts it in the bottom of the net. It's Morhu dribbles it off his foot to Washington. Washington comes off a screen and pulls up and finds the bottom of the net. That's two. And this game is still tied up. We've still got 1 minute remaining here in the first quarter, and it's 28 apiece.
Yeah, Washington up to 15 for the night.
Woo-hoo. That's Cotton showing his ball handling skills for sure. Goes right around Morhu with the dribble. Burkick stepping up. Great defense from Gippsland there. And it's going to trickle out of bounds, and the referee says Gippsland ball with 45 seconds remaining here in the first. Darcy Daniels coming into the game. Xavier Cotton going to have a rest.
That's right.
As the referee has called an offensive foul there against Riley Morhu, pushing his defender away to try and create some space. The RMIT ball on the baseline. As Vanderheit drives around, pulls up in front of Burkick. Can't get it to fall as Barlow pulls in a big rebound, and here's Morhu going downhill, finding Barlow, who finds some body from Coleman Bock, and he's going to go to the line for two.
It's that veteran play there by Barlow at the age of 28, 29.
As Coleman Bock is awarded his second foul, he's going to check out of the game for Gingy Yap. Gingy Yap currently participated in all 14 games for RMIT and averaging just over 12 minutes a game. So playing his role for the team, that's for sure.
Yeah, given Coleman Bock a bit of a well-deserved rest as well.
As Barlow walks to the line and makes two. Give Gippsland a 2-point lead with 32 seconds remaining, and he's going to go have a little rest as Stevie O'Brien checking in for the game. We haven't seen much of Stevie O'Brien this season, only the 4 games so far. This will be his 5th. Had a bit of injury and a few other things going on, so it's good to see Steve back on the court. As Vanderheit uses his body to create space, can't get it to drop, and the ball's in Gippsland's hands through Washington with 10 seconds remaining. Going to be one shot here. He goes straight past Daniels, then decides to pull up against it. O'Brien in the corner, lets it fly for 3. Can't get it to fall, finds the rebound. Puts it up before the siren goes, and the referee is going to blow a foul. That one's going to go against Darcy Daniels by the looks of it, as the referees have a bit of a chat. It's gone against Daniels. It's going to be his first foul for the game. O'Brien's going to walk to the line. I think we're going to put some more time on the clock. Yep. Point three. He's going to go back on the game clock.
It's a veteran move there by O'Brien.
He makes the first. And Coach Scott McKenzie's going to be very happy with Gippsland starting this game, you know. As O'Brien goes to the line for his second. Can't get the second to fall, and that's it. That's the end of the first period here in Gippsland. Gippsland United lead the RMIT Redbacks 31-28. It's been a really good game of basketball.
It really has. High scoring as well. I think every time we've probably called here at home, it's been a slow start for both teams. So it's good to see a bit of a change of pace. But looking through everything, as you can see on screen, RMIT shooting 50% from field. Gippsland are shooting 58%. 3 points wise, you got Gippsland shooting 50%, and then free throws, RMIT have got 100%. Total rebounds so far, RMIT winning that battle of 12. But I think the big thing right now for Gippsland is to stop Coleman Brock. Vanderheit has been there. He's on 7 right now. But Brock is the issue right now for GU. But for RMIT, it's Washington. Washington's got 15 points in the first quarter. He's had a very efficient 15 points at 86% shooting total. So it'll be interesting to see how both teams come out this quarter and try and break an edge for halftime. 3-point buffer. Gippsland probably want to extend that to 10 to be comfortable. And RMIT will be trying to win that quarter back as best they can.
Yeah, I don't recall us seeing Washington have 15 points at the end of the first quarter, especially at home anyway, for the games that I've been watching, which is really interesting because we know we've seen him shoot 30-point games as well. So if he's got 15 in the first, I'm excited to see what happens in the second, the third, and the fourth, because that's where he normally turns it on and starts to shine. And I know Coach Scott McKenzie would be very happy with the start. You know, when they met, you know, earlier in the season, they were 8 points down, and most games that I recall that they have lost, they haven't been able to get in front at the first break. So
it's definitely a change of scenery in that regard. But for Washington, he'd be full of confidence right now. He's struggled to get kind of going this season. To have that first quarter would help a whole dear lot.
As we get back underway here at the Gippsland Regional Indoor Sports Stadium, it looks like Gippsland are in a bit of a 2-3 zone here. We've changed it up a little bit. RMIT into Jinji Yap. He's able to find the bottom of the net for 2. That's a great pass there from Vanderheit, I believe that was. As O'Brien catches in the paint, goes to Brown on a cut. But Brown can't get it to fall. Looks like he might have tweaked a little bit of an ankle there, but he's still moving along. As Steen bringing it down to Daniels. Daniels blows by Demzik. Can't get it to drop. There's Steen grabbing a rebound. Nice and tough. That's Vanderheit for 3. Front of the ring. Can't get it to drop. As Washington looks to bring it down the other way for Gippsland. Off a nice screen from Brown. Can't find Morhu. Deflected there from Spencer. It's going to be Gippsland ball up quite high in their front court. 16 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Demzik for 3. He's going to like it. Can't get his count to start the night. And Spencer grabs in another rebound and brings it down. Looking for an on-ball. No, decides against it. Drives baseline. Who throws to Daniels, and he spent it before he had it. Unfortunately for RMIT, and it's rolled out of court off his leg.
The Redbacks certainly really liking a backdoor entry, aren't they, in terms of back cutting. So it looks like RMIT have gone into a zone themselves.
And they do look like they're in a little 2-3 zone at the moment. As Gippsland look to overload one side, Morhu finds the middle of the paint. He's able to float one through. As Spencer brings it down the court for RMIT. Gets it across to Daniels, who flicks it in. Spencer, nice little cut, gives it to Vanderheit. Can't get it to fall. Vanderheit grabs his own rebound, throws it up again. Can't get that one to fall. As we all chase the rebound in the last touched by the looks of things is Stevie O'Brien for Gippsland. The referees say RMIT ball. Gippsland still sitting in that 2-3 zone by the looks of things. Steen drives to the elbow, can't get it to fall. Long rebound out to Demzik at the top of the three as Spencer comes sneaking through. He's able to steal the ball. And Washington is trying to recover the loose one. He's going to be assigned a foul there. Taking the feet away from Vanderheide, I think that was on the deck. He gets his second foul as RMIT looks to go the other way, and that's Steen in the middle of the paint. Feels like he was fouled. Referee said no, and that's Washington pushing. Brown going around Daniels. Going to draw the foul. Darcy Daniels is going to get his second foul for the night. Oh, I reckon his first one was a very similar play. Just the offensive player trying to jump around them.
Yeah, that also puts 4 players for RMIT on 2 fouls already for this affair. So a few of them got to kind of pick their moments as they come in through this quarter.
As Brown misses the first from the free throw line. Hit enough ring, that's for sure. In and out, it's said. Made the second. Gives Gippsland a 4-point lead here. 7 minutes 40 remaining in the second quarter. As Spencer's got it on the wing. He's driving, trying to split the zone. Out to Lutton. Can't get it to drop from behind the arc. And Washington is pushing it for Gippsland. To Demzik in the corner in front of the players' bench. They all like it. Yes, sir! Demzik opens his account with a nice corner three.
So speaking earlier, like he's averaging 39% from 3 this year. So he's got his first one open for the night.
As I think that was Spencer that threw a bad pass there, and Gippsland were able to come away with it as Morhu gets inside for 2. And that's a 9-point lead to Gippsland. 3 minutes here into the second quarter. This zone is sort of working for Gippsland at the moment. It's definitely slowing RMIT's scoring down as Vanderheit pulls up, can't get it to drop. Lutton there, grabbing the rebound over the top of the Gippsland player there and able to put it back in. RMIT needed that score just to stop a bit of the run, bit of the momentum. Washington catches it on the wing, goes into Brown. And that's O'Brien working against Bateman. And that's O'Brien turning it over there, trying to force an entry into Morhu. As RMIT come the other way. Oh, Steen in the middle of the key. Can't draw a foul again as Demzik drives. Can't get it to drop either. And the referees are going to say that's Gippsland ball. And Stevie O'Brien is checking out. Well-deserved break. Coleman Bock coming back in for the RMIT Redbacks, who also look like they're in a bit of a 2-3 zone. Demzik catches, lets it low. Can't get it to fall. Coleman Bock pulling in another rebound. Lutton catching in the corner. That's Bateman inside. Oh, great little find there to Lutton for 2. RMIT just starting to expose Gippsland's zone here slightly. As Washington shows his ball handling skills out to Morhu for 3 in the corner. Finds the back of the ring, straight over the top. As Lutton gets a nice little back cut, Burkick says no thank you. And Cotton goes the other way. Demzik's going to let it fly from 3. Can't get it to fall. Rebound. Burkick, great chase. Washington lets it fly for 3. Not this time. Brown finds the rebound. Puts it back up. Can't get it to fall. And there's Coleman Bock. Coleman Bock pulling in a rebound. And we have a technical foul there. called on Bryce Brown. He's going to receive his third foul. And Coach Scott McKenzie's going to check him out as Michael Jongs comes back into the game. As both referees are currently occupied talking to coaches and players with a slight delay in the game. Van der Height going to walk to the line to shoot the technical foul free throw. Gets it to drop. That brings the Gippsland's lead back to 4, 39-35. RMIT ball from the baseline. The full court to bring it up. 5 minutes remaining here in the first half as Spencer drives, decides against it, dishes it out, and that's Coleman Bock trying to throw it up. Didn't look pretty, that's for sure. As we have a foul called there. We'll have the... So we have 2 fouls called here. We have the first foul called on Rowan Demzik in the play. And then it looks like they've called a secondary foul on Rowan Demzik, which is an unsportsmanlike. Van der Height's going to walk to the line for 2. Rowan Demzik's going to be assigned 2 fouls. Van der Height misses the first.
A bit of undisciplined play from Gippsland at the moment. Being attacked, being unsportsmanlike, giving away cheap ones. They need to clean it up if they want to keep in this ball game.
As Van der Height misses both free throws there for the unsportsmanlike. And Coach Scott McKenzie's going to check Rowan Demzik out of the game and bring in the captain, Benny Barlow. Hopefully Benny can control the ship. Lutton catching high from Spencer. That's Van der Height coming off a screen. Bateman catching low in the paint, going to work against Benny Barlow. And Coleman Bock, great little cut there, receives a great pass. He's able to put it in for 2 more. As Gippsland look to steady the ship. Johns catching it on the free throw line. Out to Benny Barlow for 3. Yes, sir, Captain Benny Barlow.
Comes in and says, hold my beer.
He gains a bit of momentum back for Gippsland as Spencer runs into Burkick. He's able to still throw it up and drop it. That's back to a 3-point lead to Gippsland. As Barlow throws it cross court, turns it over, and that's Lutton going the length of the court for 2. And Scott McKenzie's not liking what he sees, and there's a timeout called by Gippsland. We've still got just under 4 minutes to play here in the first half. And RMIT are able to pull this deficit back to 1, 42-41. Bit of undisciplined play in the last 3-4 minutes for Gippsland here. It's just deteriorated their lead.
Especially after, just getting out to a 9-point lead after, starting very well in that first quarter. Just kind of throwing it away a little bit and allowing RMIT to keep coming back. As you can see, Coach Vince at RMIT letting his troops know that we need to keep going and get back in front of this ball game. So a bit of a response required for Gippsland in order to keep this game going.
Quickly go around the courts for our RMIT Redback fans at home. Unfortunately, the Division 2 women have gone down, but they did have a comeback. 71-85 they've gone down, so that's only a 14-point loss considering it was just under 20 at the start of the fourth. So as we return to action here at the Gippsland Regional Indoor Sports Stadium, we've got 3 minutes 57 remaining. Gippsland 42, RMIT Redbacks 41. RMIT have a bit of momentum at the moment. And we'll be looking to continue that as Moorhoo brings it up for Gippsland. Handed off to Washington. Finds Barlow for 3. That's looking good from here. Yes, it is! Captain Benny Barlow with back-to-back 3-pointers. Trying to steady the ship here for Gippsland.
Still letting his teammates know to keep holding his beer, keep it cold.
As Spencer is whistled for a centerline violation. And he's asking the referee, going, I was pushed. The referee's giving him an explanation as to why there wasn't a foul called. As Gippsland wrestle back a little bit of momentum here. Washington coming off an on-ball from Johns. Finds Morhu in the corner for 3. And he finds the bottom of the net. Gippsland have just gone from a 1-point lead out to 7.
All stemmed by Ben Barlow.
As Burkitt meets Vanderhyde at the ring, decides, and RMIT can't come away with the points. And that's Washington pushing to Johns. Johns with a reverse layup for 2. And here we are. A minute later, Gippsland are back out to 9.
So stemmed all from Barlow coming back into that ball game. Washington's now up to 5 rebounds and 5 assists. He's on official triple-double watch.
As we've got a foul off ball here. Going to be whistled against Burkitt. Looks like Coleman Bock has received the contact. He's going to go to the line for 2 after our floor wipers attend to a bit of a wet spot on the floor.
Some lovely banter from the crowd here at the Gippsland Regional Indoor Sports Stadium, sharing their obligated opinions. But what a swing for Gippsland there, and locked it down defensively as well. Yeah, RMIT will be like, yep, we're back in it. Now we're back to where we just were.
Coleman Bock walks the line, makes his first. He extends his account tonight to 13. And make that 14. As Gippsland look to bring it the other way. Just over 2.5 minutes remaining here in the first half. Washington with the ball in hand, working around Bateman. Spencer with hands in there. And a jump ball is whistled. Should retain at Gippsland's. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Baseline ball for Gippsland.
I would have liked Washington there that once he got planted inside to look for that kick out into the corner for Barlow, considering he's hit 2 threes this quarter. Definitely a missed opportunity there.
6 to go. Morhu decides to step back. Front of the ring, can't get it to drop. Bateman pulls in the rebound for the Redbacks. As Spencer looks to bring it. And there's going to be a foul whistle there. It's going to go against Michael Johns, and Spencer will go to the line for a couple of bonus. As Bateman checking out. Daniel Steen checking in.
I'd love to know how old Steen is. He's been around for a long time in Vig V. Most of his playing career, I believe, started at Pakenham. I'd love to know what his journey's been like.
And he's just walked to the free throw line and missed both. As Washington looks to bring it the other way. Looks to throw it across the court, but it's intercepted by RMIT, and then Benny Barlow and Coleman Bock jump on it for a jump ball.
Which I'm sure they all shared a laugh as well, being ex-teammates when Benny Barlow was at the Redbacks many years ago when they first started competition.
As we have our wet spot attended to by our court floor wiper, game commissioner for the night. We'll return to action. RMIT bringing it up through Spencer. And Gippsland have changed into the man-to-man defense, and Coleman Bock's able to get it and go over the top of Burkitt.
Just getting to that low.
As we have a stoppage in play here. I don't think the referees have called a foul. I think they're just saying we've got a wet spot that we need cleaned up. As the crowd letting the referee know their thoughts. Gingy Yap checking back into the game. Smart decision here by Coach Vin to have Commonbach out of the game. He's on 2 fouls. He's shot 16 points so far. Minute 49 remaining. Probably a smart decision to just take him out of the game, especially with Burkick. Burkick's running the floor quite fast. And then Gingy Yap just checks into the game, and the referees have whistled a foul. With plenty of applause from the home crowd. 17 seconds on the shot clock for Gippsland. 1 minute 47 remaining here in the half as Joel Winderlich checking back into the game. RMIT looking like they're in a bit of a zone. Into Washington. Out to Winderlich. He let it fly from there in the first quarter. Washington's going to find it in the corner for 3. Can't get it to drop. As RMIT look to push the other way, Spencer decides against it. He's going to pull it out. He's going to sit on that 3-point line on the wing. Tries to feed it inside, but Burkick sticks that long arm if he's out. Intercepts it. As Winderlich catches it, goes downhill. The referee signals a flop warning. It's Burkick from 3. He's happy about that. So is the crowd and the playing bench here. 1 minute, just over 1 minute remaining here in the first half, and that's Steen in the corner for 3, returning the favour.
It's a great set play there from RMIT. Great back screen action.
As Spencer records another assist as Washington driving, can't get the ball to bounce off the glass. And RMIT are going to come the other way. 5 points is the difference here. Gippsland United leading as we tick over 40 seconds remaining here in the first half. Vanderheit for 3. Can't get it to drop. 3 Gippsland players crashing the boards. Good to see. And Benny Barlow bringing it up to steady the ship for United. Goes across to Washington. As Washington showing his ball handling skills. Johns shot fakes, drives, dishes to Burkick, who can't get it to fall. Spencer with a nice little tap, recontrols it. We've got 4. Vanderheit lets it fly before the quarter break. Can't get it to drop, and that's it. That's halftime here in the Gippsland Regional Indoor Sports Stadium. Round 13, Big V Championship men's action. Gippsland United 53. RMIT Redbacks 48. Both teams reasonably happy with that quarter. It's been that one definitely went in a bit of a run. RMIT will be happy with some things, but obviously not happy with others. As we might take a quick break here early in this halftime break, and we'll be back very shortly to review the first half and then preview the second. Welcome back, everyone, into the Gippsland Regional Indoor Sports Stadium. Obviously, round 13, Big V Men's Championship men's action here between the Gippsland United and the RMIT Redbacks. We are at half-time. Gippsland have a 5-point lead, 53-48. It's been a very interesting game of basketball in here. This second quarter was very entertaining and excitement. We had some zone defense played. We had some pushing and shoving. We had unsportsmanlike. We have technical fouls. We have undisciplined play. But the basketball shone through between all that. And the big fella from RMIT, Coleman Bock, leads the way with 16 for the Redbacks.
Yeah, he's putting together a pretty nice game. Scoring-wise, he's shooting 75% from the field. 16 points off 8 shots. 4 rebounds to go with that as well. Vanderheit's actually been probably the sneaky achiever here. He's only got the 8 points. Shooting 3 of 15 is probably not something that he's pretty okay with at the moment, but he's also got 9 rebounds, with 3 of those being offensive, which RMIT have done a great job of getting on the O glass early. And what GU probably did really well is they actually forced someone else to hurt him a little bit, rather than Vanderheit and Coleman Bock. Like, Coleman Bock started the quarter with 10. So to only go 6 in that quarter is a bit of a slowdown period, which is great. But, with that being said, RMIT is shooting 43% as a team, 27% from the 3. Not quite sure where Vince would be very happy with that at all. And shooting 56% from free throw as well, which is probably not helping the case either. And they're carrying the highest turnovers to the game with 7 as well. So, interesting half from RMIT.
I think you hit the mark right there, Reece, is the 3-point percentage. Like, obviously shooting at 27%, but they're going at 34 points in the paint. So a big part of their score has come from points in the paint. So if they can start lighting it up from behind the arc, it's going to go a long way. And, talk about Gippsland. We said Washington having 15 points in the first quarter we were looking forward to seeing it. And we obviously didn't see a lot in that corner with him finishing with 15 points.
Yes, he's 15 points, but he's also got 5 rebounds and 5 assists, which has been truly instrumental, with 0 turnovers so far. So very efficient. But what I'm seeing here is there's spread scoring between multiple players on GU. You've got Barlow with 10 points. You've got Johns with 7. You've got Morhu with 7. Then you've got Burkick, Winderlick, Demzik with 3. You've got Brown with 4, who's carrying 3 personal fouls for his undisciplined play in that quarter. But you look at it, GU is shooting 48% as a team, 52% from actual 2, and then 42% from 3, hitting 8 threes already for the game, and shooting a healthy 70% as well from the free throw line. They're losing the rebound count by 6, but they've got the higher assist and lower turnovers with 6. So
it's a first for GU not to be turning the ball over.
Yes, it's definitely a bad trait of GU culture here when we play. But, with that being said, much better half that we've seen from Gippsland in previous games we've called here at home, where it's been slow, sluggish, kind of not really getting going until the second quarter. They've really put a half together and now 5-point quarter leaders.
100% to have time in lead to be 12 minutes, 50 seconds. That's huge for Gippsland. I wouldn't have thought Gippsland would have had a time in lead that high at the halftime break, especially here at home, that I can recall anyway, and to keep in front of RMIT for that whole quarter is a really big thing. Like, RMIT come at Gippsland and they come hard, 9 points down to 1 point, but then Gippsland took it back out to 9 points. So Gippsland is showing a little bit more maturity. They're growing in this competition of Championship Men. We can't forget it's their first season in Championship Men. It's a different ball game in Championship Men. And they need to get rid of this lose streak. 4-game lose streak. They need to they need a win tonight. They then travel to Sunbury tomorrow. Big game tomorrow at Sunbury. 2 wins this weekend. See them probably back in the top 6, if not top 5, top 4. So really important weekend for Gippsland. They just want to make sure they just don't dip out of the final race.
Correct.
This early in the season as well. As we return to the action, Gippsland ball, and we're underway here in the second half. Gippsland Regional Indoor Sports Stadium, round 13, Big V Championship men's action, as Washington gets stood up by Spencer and then turns it over, trying to dish it through to Brown. Some really active hands from the Redbacks, which they'll be happy with there. As Spencer brings it over the half court, looking to control. A lot of off-ball movement here from the Redbacks, looking to go into Coleman Bock, who's on Winderlick. We haven't seen a lot of this matchup tonight.
No, I was just about to say that myself. In Division 1, they were all over each other. Throughout that whole final series during the season, it was a great battle, both Oxers going at it. With that points there scored by Coleman Bock, that puts him to 18 for the game. He's above his average. As
Brown lets it fly, a little fadeaway, gets it a drop. 5-point lead stays where it is here for Gippsland. 9 minutes remaining here in the third as Spencer again walks it over the halfway line. That's Vanderhyde going hard at Winderlick, able to get it to fire, get it to drop with a bit of contact there.
Puts him in the double digits tonight, and I'm sure he'd be very happy to see that one go through.
That's Barlow going downhill, stepping back, throwing it over. Can't get it to fall, though. And there's the big man, Coleman Bock, grabbing that rebound once again. Spencer going around Washington all the way. Little kiss on the glass. And that brings the lead back to 1 point for Gippsland. As RMIT look to fire, but that's Johns from in the corner. Didn't look great out of the hand. The result was just as good.
Yeah, a bit unfortunate there for Johns.
As the referees have whistled a foul there. Looks like it's going to go against Johns for a block. And the Johns is asking for an explanation, which the referee looked to give, but not sure how Johns gets a foul there when he's got his back to the player.
Yeah, a bit interesting, that one.
We move on. RMIT with 6 seconds left on the shot clock. It's in Spencer's hand in the corner. He needs to let it fly. Not sure if he's aware. He does get it off in time. Front of the ring, no good. As Johns brings it back the other way for Gippsland. That's Winderlick going right around Coleman Bock. Can't take the contact. Can't get it to fall. And that's Lutton bringing it the other way. He's able to steal the ball though. He turns it over and that's Washington that comes up with that. And then Lutton looks to be whistled for a foul. As Gippsland will bring it back the other way. Barlow for 2. Can't get it to drop. And then that's going to be a Gippsland rebound. That Coleman Bock down again?
Yeah, I think he may have copped a bit of friendly fire on the rebound. In the back of the head that time.
He looks a little bit shaken up. Doesn't look like he's happy with the contact. If it come from his teammate, can't do much about that, unfortunately. As we welcome our floor wipers to the court again to clean that wet spot up. It's going to be Gippsland ball on the baseline. 14 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Just over 7.5 minutes remaining here in the third period. As Gippsland get it into Brown. Coleman Bock meets him there and says, no, thank you. Goes hard the other way. As the RMIT pull it out. And now it goes back inside to Bock, who goes around Brown for 2. And he's happy. He's happy about it. That's 20 points for Coleman Bock for the night.
He's putting an inside clinic on at the moment.
As Brown looks to fly from the three-point line. Can't get it to drop, and Winderlick chases the rebound. There's the skipper, Benny Barlow for 3. Steadies the ship for Gippsland.
Puts Barlow up to 13 for the game.
As Spencer finds the bottom of the net, runs into the backstop while he's at it. As Brown looks to go to work, can't get it to fall. And RMIT bring it the other way. We're all tied up here, 58 apiece. Coleman Bock on the back cut. Yes, sir, for two. He's having a night tonight, Coleman Bock. And RMIT take the lead, as we spoke about at halftime. The first time since early in the first quarter, as Washington lets it fly, can't get it to drop. And there's the big fella, Coleman Bock, pulling in the rebound.
He is getting busy. He's up to 7 rebounds, and he only had 4 at the quarter break.
Vanderheit driving, throws it above. Nice little drop. And that's Coach Scott McKenzie calling a timeout there, as RMIT hit the lead 62-58. Nice little run there by RMIT throughout this third period.
Coleman
a
Bock.
6-0 run.
It's just Coleman Bock. You know, he's up to 22 points to the game. He's got 8 rebounds. He's shooting at 82%. He is a man on a mission right now for the Redbacks.
This is not the way that Gippsland would have liked to have come out of the half, and complete opposite for RMIT. They'd be super stoked the way they've come out of this halftime break.
Absolutely. If you're Coach Vince, you'd be applauding the fact of the way they've come back, being 5 down at the half to now be 4 in front. That's a nice little 9-point swing to start your third quarter.
Especially when they've, 6-0 run is the biggest run they've gone on in this third period. So, to recoup 9 points there, but only go on a 6-0 run, and Gippsland went on a 3-0 run at one stage. So,
yep, it's basketball's a lovely game of runs. Some jump out to some really big runs, some short runs. But now it's Gippsland's turn to respond.
As at the half, we forgot to go around the courts, and it looks like Hume City are going to take the W against Melbourne University, 87-80. Not long left in the fourth, as Washington lets it fly from 3, can't get it to fall. Johns finds him again. That's not looking likely either, and that's Vanderheit pulling in the rebound. And at McKinnon, it looks like it's all over with Warrandyte running away 95-87. And that's Vanderheit with the 3, extending the lead for the Redbacks, 65-58. As the Redbacks nearly turn it over again. Brown going to work. Looks like a foul there is whistled against the Redbacks. It's going to go against Bateman. Brown's going to go to the line for 2 as Coleman Bock's going to have a well-deserved rest.
He certainly will. He's been absolutely instrumental come this third quarter, so it'll be interesting to see how long they leave him on the bench for.
Brown to the line for his first. He's able to get that one to drop. And at Camberwell, Ballerine have travelled into Camberwell, and they've got a lead 47-39 at the half. Very interesting result, that one, between 7th and 10th, I think it is there. So as Brown makes that second one. And at Pakenham, we're in the fourth. Wyndham currently in the lead, 71-63. That'll be a massive win for Wyndham, considering the only team they've beaten is the RMIT Redbacks. Spencer cops a bit of contact. Referees don't see it that way. Washington with the rebound, and Brown's going to go hard, driving. That was Vanderheit there, sticking the hands in, blocking that ball out of bounds. It's going to be Gippsland ball on the baseline.
The intensity shown by RMIT right now defensively is certainly becoming overwhelming. As you can see, Coach Vince give a round of applause for Lutton for his efforts.
And that's Cotton checking into the game here as Washington spins, gets it to fall. And that foul is going to be awarded against Jinji Yap. It's his second by the looks of things, as Washington goes to the line for the bonus.
Gets his first point since the first quarter. I'll be happy to see that one go in.
And the free throw to go with it. We didn't see Cotton in the second period, which is interesting to see.
I'd say coming in mids, after 5 games or so, it's hard to break into a group that's pretty damn established.
He lets it fly for 3, can't get it to fall. As Johns grabs the rebound with the assistance of Brown. And Gippsland come the other way. 2 points is the difference. RMIT Redbacks with the lead. Washington fading away. Gets it to fall. We're all tied up.
It's 5 straight points for Washington. It puts him tally up to 20 for the game.
4 minutes remaining, all tied up, 65 apiece here at the Gippsland Regional Indoor Sports Stadium as Vanderheit's able to find the bottom of the net with a nice catch and shoot off a screen. And Gippsland look to go the other way. And that's Brown for 3. Yes, sir! And he's happy about it. He is happy. As the referees stop the game, I think they're looking to attend to a wet spot. Gippsland wrestle the lead back. It's a good job by Gippsland to wrestle that lead back.
Why do I feel this is all Warrandyte all over again? Get in the lead, lose the lead, get back in the lead, lose the lead, back in the lead.
I guess the difference with the Warrandyte is Gippsland normally have Warrandytes head-to-head.
Yes.
Here it's the opposite. RMIT sort of have that head-to-head. And speaking to Coach Scott McKenzie before the game, I think they've only won like 1 game against RMIT in the battles that they've had. So as Cotton comes down the court and throws it away, it'll be Gippsland ball going the other way.
You see a bit of frustration starting to come on for RMIT. A little bit misjointed, but Spencer's getting the troops together to get them all back on track.
As Moore has the ball and goes to the captain, Benny Barlow. Here's Brown going against Sten. Out to Washington for 3, and he gets that one to fall. He lets Ed know.
That's 8 straight points for Washington.
As Spencer finds the body. Oh, Coleman Bock, great rebound, great touch. Gets it back from Spencer for 2. Them two are working together like clockwork. Burkick in the post, looking to spin against Coleman Bock. What a matchup this one's going to be. Burkick can't get it to fall, and that's a Coleman Bock win once again.
He's certainly doing it all this game.
As Spencer loses the ball, but he was fouled in the process. That foul goes against Burkick. He's second. As the skipper, Benny Barlow, going to have a well-deserved rest. Rowan Demzik checking into the game. Right up in the grill of Vanderheit, who creates space, pulls up. Can't get it to fall, though. And Gippsland push the other way. Demzik catching on the wing, looking, deciding against it. Moore looking to get inside. And Gippsland look to change sides of the court. Washington finds Brown, but Brown can't get it to fall. Great defense there by the RMIT Redbacks. And Steen out in transition. He's able to knock the 2 down via a goaltending violation. As we all tied up again. 2 minutes remaining here in the third, all tied up, 71 apiece. Gippsland United with the ball in hand. That's Washington on the wing into Burkick, who moves it on to Brown. Great defense there by Daniel Steen. And it gets dished out to Rowan Demzik, who's driving a little bit out of control. He's going to be whistled for a travelling violation. As Louise Agon, he's liking it there over on the players' bench.
Tell you what, that's one player I do miss seeing playing, full of energy, shot blocking Reaper. So I'm wondering what's going on there, but I hope he's okay.
Oh, I did hear that he's had a hand or an arm injury, and he's out of the plaster's come off, so he's out of that, and he just needs to get a bit of game fitness under his belt. So a couple of weeks' time, whoever RMIT have, watch out for Louise Agon as RMIT coming back the other way, and that's Vanderheit. Ooh, loading up there as Burkick sneaks through to disrupt it, and he's going to be whistled for a foul. That's going to be his third. Vanderheit going to the line for 2.
It's probably a smart foul there from Burkick, considering the momentum that shifted as well. So make him go and earn it at the line.
As Vanderheit makes the first.
Puts him to 18 for the night.
Loads up for his second and makes it fall. 73-71, RMIT take the lead once again with just over 1 minute remaining here in the third as Washington lets it fly. Can't get it to fall. Morhu grabs a great rebound and out to Brown for 3, and he's got it finding the bottom of the net.
Bit of confidence starting to show for Brown. On Vanderheit as well, he's also up double-double for the game, 19 points, 11 rebounds.
That's Cotton looking, going inside to Coleman Bock, who decides against it. 6-5 on the shot clock, lets it fly from long range. He's able to make that drop.
It's a very deep 3 from Cotton, which will be very happy receive for the Redbacks.
And RMIT take that lead again. 76-74. We've got 8 seconds remaining on the shot clock, 15 on the game clock. Morhu's going to let it fly for 3, and he's going to find the bottom of the net. Gippsland wrestle the lead back. 7 seconds remaining. Vanderheit going at Demzik, stepping back, kicking his leg out, making it, and drawing the foul. Foul's going to be whistled against Demzik. 3.4 seconds remaining on the game clock. Vanderheit is going to the line for 1.
It's a tough shot from Vanderheit.
And he's made it. Give the Redbacks a 2-point lead. Morhu bringing it up. Lets it fly for 3. Ooh, looked online, but that's short. And that's the end of the third period here in Traralgon. RMIT have been able to take the lead 79-77. Vanderheit with 22 points. He's had a stellar of a quarter.
Yes, certainly hasn't been the best shooting night for him. But, 22 points, 11 rebounds, really starting to have an impact on this game. Coleman Bock has been the guy of the quarter. 24 points, 9 rebounds, but well steered by Matt Spencer this quarter. He's up to 9 assists for the game and 8 points to go with it. But you can see the shooting splits are starting to get a little bit more healthier for RMIT. They're now shooting 51% from field, 36% from 3. And still a little bit down below on the 67% for free throw. Where Gippsland United just what a tale of up and downs, isn't it? Just had the lead, lost the lead, got the lead back, lost it again, got the lead back again, and lost it again. So they'll be trying to find a way to put a quarter together to get this done. But Elijah Washington playing all 30 minutes so far. 23 points, 7 assists, 6 rebounds, 2 steals on 53% shooting, closely followed by Barlow on 13 and Brown with 14. We've got an interesting quarter, Matt, for the game, and looking at some analysis here, RMIT have 54 points inside
20 of them come in that third quarter there, Reece, to Gippsland 6. Massive difference.
That's a bit of danger signs. They need to try and sort that out ASAP if they want to win this ball game.
They certainly do, and obviously the biggest run for RMIT in that quarter was a 9-0 run. Gippsland went on a 7-0 run at some stage there.
They did. I think it was the opening quarter, from my understanding. I think they had about a 9-point swing, maybe.
Yep.
And then RMIT came back with their own 9-point swing.
Gippsland still had 5 minutes of the lead in that period, which just is amazing considering RMIT are in the lead, and they did have the lead early in that last period. So it was just an arm wrestle as we begin the fourth here, and it's gone into Coleman Bock, who this time just can't find the bottom of the ring.
He missed. He finally missed. He's been so efficient this game, and to only miss that one is a bit unlucky.
As Burkitt and Coleman Bock go at it, Burkitt can't find the bottom, and that's Spencer going to control the ship for the Redbacks, who are going to fall into a half-court set here. Nice on-ball screen there coming from Coleman Bock, trying to get himself open. And the big men go to work. Coleman Bock, nice little hook shot off the glass. Takes his account to 26. Game high, might I add.
He's shooting a healthy 79% at the moment.
And that's Steen sticking the hands in there to steal the ball from Washington. And going the other way, Spencer. Can't get that one to drop. Fumble hands from Gippsland. As RMIT are able to get that one back and put it in for 2. It's a 6-point lead now for RMIT.
I think Gippsland may need to look at potentially subbing in their captain just to get some things calmed down, because right now it's a bit erratic.
Burkitt can't find the bottom of the net there, and RMIT bring it up. Just cruising the ship, just settling it down. Getting through a set as Vanderhyde goes around 2, maybe 3 players, finds Steen in the corner for 3. That'll hurt. Luckily, it doesn't drop. He gets it back, though, throws it up. Can't get it to drop that time. Great defensive set there from Gippsland. Let's see if they can do something on the offensive end. That's Demzik for 3. And he's able to stem the momentum.
Well-needed bucket there, because it wasn't looking too good if that possession didn't get a score.
I think that's been the difference in this second half, is Gippsland just haven't been able to score. As Coleman Bock goes around Burkitt for an easy another 2 points, taking his account to 28. Gippsland are finding it hard to score.
They are, yes. A bit congested, a bit stagnant.
There's a bit of movement happening here for Gippsland. Washington lets it fly, but the referees have whistled, and they're having a conversation here now. And if they've whistled an offensive foul there on Gippsland, it's against Burkitt. It's going to be his 4th. With 7 minutes 24 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Burkitt's going to go have a little rest as Winderlich checks in, and we wait for this court to be dried. RMIT wrestling the momentum currently from Gippsland. 5-point lead with the ball. Oh, Spencer drives around Demzik quite comfortably. As Cotton loses the ball, but there's going to be a foul called. That one goes against Washington, and that's his 3rd.
A bit of a late call there.
As Coleman Bock catches inside. He's whistled for a foul. That's going to go against Demzik for a hands foul. Coleman Bock's going to go to the line again for another 2 free throws.
Yeah, looking to get his first 30 ball or not.
Can't find the ball in the net on the first one.
That was an interesting free throw style. I haven't seen one of those before. It works.
Makes the second.
Puts him to 29 for the game.
That's 5 from 6, I believe.
No disrespect to Coleman Bach, but it was a very interesting mechanic.
6-point lead to the Redbacks. Gippsland looking to try and get through something here. Gone inside to Brown, and Steen bodying him up as Brown gets a nice little hook for 2.
Puts him up to 16 for the game.
That's a great little momentum stop for Gippsland. Coleman Bach on ball screen for Spencer to Cotton, who finds Sten going downhill. Kisses it off the glass for an easy 2. The lead back out to 6. As Washington looks to blow by Spencer.
Done well to keep that back in play.
And he's going to look to let it fly. Brown going against Coleman Bach. Not looking very good at the moment as Cotton catches one down the other end. Throws it off Washington in the end as he's falling out of court, and RMIT will retain. 17 seconds on the shot clock. Just over 6 minutes on the game clock. RMIT as Vanderheit lets it fly from behind the arc. No good. And that's Brown bringing it up for Gippsland. He's going downhill. He's hacked. And there's a foul called there on number 15 for RMIT, Daniel Steen. He's first for the night. Gippsland ball from sideline. And it's going to go Morhu. And Washington lets it fly from the top of the arc. No good. RMIT are going to steady through Spencer. Morhu bringing the pressure. He's able to cause the turnover. And then Gippsland are pushing the other way. As fair bit of contact there, and Spencer is going to be whistled for the foul. That's his 3rd. As Rowan Demzik checks out, and the skipper, Benny Barlow, checking in. Whereas RMIT, Lutton is checking in. And Cotton is going to go have a break. Winderlich catching in the corner. Decides against it. Washington on the dribble, going downhill, finds Benny Barlow under the ring. He's able to kiss it off the glass for 2. Extends his account to 15. You called for it earlier. Skipper needed to come back in. And that's Lutton going to work. Flexing to the crowd as he goes down the other end. Got a lazy 10 points for the night. Why not?
Yeah, very quiet 10 points indeed.
As Washington has the ball on the floor. Gives it up to Brown for 3. That's very short. RMIT come away with a great rebound there. And Vanderheit's going to steady the ship. Oh, Coleman Bach catching it out high. Vanderheit pulls up. No good. Morhu going to push the pace for Gippsland. As he goes up, fair bit of contact, no call. And Gippsland steady it out. Washington finds Winderlich, who drives baseline around Steen. And there's a foul going to be whistled. It's going to go against Steen. That's his 2nd for the night, and Winderlich's going to walk to the line for 2. As our score table officials say, timeout. This one's going to be awarded to RMIT. 4 minutes, 11 remaining here in the 4th. RMIT 90, Gippsland 84. RMIT with a 6-point lead, up from 2 points at the 3-quarter break. And this game's starting to get a little bit physical.
Yeah, it certainly has. It's a huge difference maker. It does change all those things. And knowing by your reaction there, I think we have a bit of an upset result. Do you want to get into that?
We certainly do. Obviously, Wyndham have travelled into Pakenham and they've walked away. 14-point win, which is massive considering the Warriors were, I think they were about 4th on the ladder coming into tonight. And Wyndham, second win for the season.
That's a big win for Wyndham considering they're trying to avoid regulation as well. As our viewers can understand that if you finish in the bottom 2 of the regular season standings, you get demoted down to Division 1. So Wyndham be trying to throw everything they can to stay in Championship Division, and that is a start there by getting that important win against Pakenham.
It's also going to shake up finals. Obviously, we spoke about it earlier in the broadcast. Top 6, 9th and 10th have got that 4 or 5 wins, and depending on results and the way they go, like there's a lot that can actually play out for 10th and 9th still to make top 6, as Winderlick makes one of 2.
Absolutely, like anyone can move from 7th to 4th at the moment, so every win's crucial for this season.
As Spencer goes all the way, can't get the full, runs into that backstop again. Not used to the backstops. Definitely at Big V level, that's for sure, as Brown turns the ball over through bad ball handling. And that's Vanderheit stepping around Washington for an easy 2.
Yeah, it puts Vanderheit to 24 for the game. He struggled early, he's really finishing strong.
As the skipper, Benny Barlow, pulls up, can't get it to drop. And that's Lutton pulling in a big rebound there for RMIT. We've ticked over 3.5 minutes remaining here in the 4th. Round 13, Big V Championship men's action. As Gippsland are able to get the steal there and go the other way. 7 points is the difference. As Morhu goes up against Spencer. Spencer sticks his hands in. He's going to be whistled for the foul. That's his 4th. It's huge for RMIT with Spencer picking up his 4th with still 3 minutes 15 remaining.
Absolutely, it's a big one, and if you're Gippsland, you're going at him to get him out of the game, and it looks like the shooting woes for Gippsland this quarter just continues with Morhu missing that free throw.
Morhu's able to make the second. Looks like he's going to go have a rest as Michael Johns checking into the game.
Yeah, it looks like Johns has sit for a while too, hasn't he? Haven't seen much of him this second half.
As Spencer going hard, can't get it to fall off the glass. And that's Lutton bringing a bit of full court pressure against Washington. Washington asking for the clear out. After all that, tries to throw it out.
It's Coleman block again with the deflection. He's been an absolute menace tonight.
Gippsland ball on the baseline, 14 seconds on the shot clock. As Brown looks to go up, goes to Winderlick, and that's John. Can't get it to fall. Brown chasing the rebound. He's able to tip it back in for 2. Cuts the lead to 4. 2 minutes 40 remaining here in the Gippsland Regional Indoor Sports Stadium. RMIT going hard, and that's Vanderheit.
That's a tough basket there from Vanderheit.
Fair bit of contact there for that. He's able to make it fall. Take the lead back out to 6. As Gippsland look very, very stagnant here, and that's Winderlick going around Coleman Bock. And Coleman Bock's going to be whistled for a foul. A little bit aggressive there, trying to block that shot from Winderlick. He's going to pick up his 3rd personal. A little short on the free throws, able to get it to tumble in off the glass.
Certainly does. It's always nice, especially well needed coming into this last 2 minutes as well.
The second one looks better as it drops. RMIT leading 94-90 as Spencer brings it up to control it for the Redbacks. they'll go through a set here, and that's Coleman Bock inside. Spencer's able to find him. I reckon that's nearly 10 assists for Spencer for the night.
That does put him to 10 there, and Brock is up to his 30 points with a cruisy 12 rebounds to go with it.
It's a massive night for them too, as in Coleman Bock and Spencer. They've been a really dynamic duo, especially with Coffey currently out for the RMIT Redbacks. They've sort of missed his scoring prowess tonight as Johns fumbles it inside to Winderlich. Winderlich goes hard, fair bit of contact, no foul called, and that's Spencer coming down, controlling it for the Redbacks.
Crucial possession for Gippsland here.
As Coleman goes around Washington, decides against it, dishing it out. There's 8 remaining on the shot clock, and Vanderheit is going against Barlow. And that's Lutton in the corner for 3. Can't get it to fall. Brown grabs the rebound. A 1 minute 15 remaining here in Gippsland as Washington drives. Steps out of bounds. And it's going to be an RMIT ball. 6-point lead. A minute 13 remaining. Gippsland looking to bring the pressure. As RMIT bring it over quite comfortably with a long pass. And Steen looks to control it. Spencer goes to Coleman Bock for 2. And he lays it off the glass. 33 he's got for the night. Johns lets it fly from the corner for 3. Can't get it to drop. Signaled for a flopping warning. As Washington's putting the pressure on Spencer. And he's going to try and dribble out this shot clock possession. And he turns it over. And it's going to be Gippsland ball. Spencer's not overly happy. As Gippsland call a timeout. 38.7 seconds remaining here in Traralgon. As Spencer continues to speak to the referee. We've got an 8-point lead to the Redbacks. 38 seconds remaining. Big 38 seconds.
Yeah, if you probably need a quick 3 and then have to play the foul game, which you've got to give 2 in order to get to the bonus, which is not going to help the case in terms of time. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what Scott McKenzie will be drawing up in the timeout here to try and get an 8-point swing in the last 38 seconds of the game. I think it might be a little bit too out of reach potentially. There's a lot of ground to make up in 38 seconds.
There is a lot of ground to make up. However, Gippsland do have the firepower when it comes to shooting behind the arc. So, never say never. Percentages are definitely against it, though.
Certainly is. Like, and with that being said, they've shot a healthy 40% from 3. 14 makes. Just the only thing that's probably let them down is the inside conversion, sitting at about 41%.
As Gippsland advance the ball, and they're going to advance it in front of the RMIT players bench. What do we got? Quick hitter here. Little handoff from Johns to Washington, taking a fair bit of time off the clock. Johns is going to let it fly for 3. It's hit the front of the ring. Winderlich's able to find it. Washington looking to clean the area, but he throws it away. As Gippsland waste 16 seconds off the game clock, down to 22. Spencer looking to inbound for the Redbacks, and that's Vanderheit. Barlow, Washington bringing the pressure, and they're able to easily get it through, and that's Steen to Lutton, and Brown's going to be whistled for the foul. Still one more to give for RMIT, for Gippsland, sorry. And RMIT are going to inbound the ball from the baseline. 10 seconds remaining here in Traralgon. RMIT 98, Gippsland United 90 as Gippsland look to play the foul game. That one's going to be whistled against the skipper, Benny Barlow. It's his first foul for the night.
If you're Gippsland, you're trying to get as much points on the board, again, trying to play the points game, as percentage will play a key factor for the playoff standings. So, very smart.
Lutton able to make the first. That takes RMIT to 99. And the second. That's the big 100 for RMIT Redbacks, who will take the head-to-head win against Gippsland. As Winderlick's able to find the bottom of the net for 92. And there we are. That's the end of the game. RMIT travel into Traralgon. They're able to walk out of here with the win, 100-92. That's going to be RMIT going on a 4-game win streak now after this one, and unfortunately Gippsland extend their losing streak to 5. Pretty good game of basketball tonight, though.
It was good quality basketball, really got it done. Again, like a lot of history between both clubs here. Really well played by the Redbacks and got the job done. Coleman Block is the man on the mission, 33 points, 13 rebounds. Matt Spencer, 8 points, 5 rebounds, 11 assists. Vander Height, 26 points, 11 rebounds. Finished the game in style. And then for Gippsland, we had Elijah Washington with 23 points and 9 assists. Brown with 18 points. Barlow with 13. And followed closely by Morhu with 11.
That's it. Quickly go around the courts for everyone at home listening still. Hume City were able to get the victory over Melbourne University, which would have been a spectacular game tonight at Hume, 88-80. McKinnon weren't able to get the win at home against Warrandyte, which is a massive win for Warrandyte. That's going to lift them up the ladder, I would suggest, 95-87. And Wyndham, we obviously mentioned, were able to travel to Pakenham, get the win 91-77. And then currently still playing in the fourth, Bellarine travel to Camberwell, and they're up by 10 points, 80-70. And then obviously the last game of the round, or of tonight's action, I should say, was RMIT 100, Gippsland 92. For any Gippsland fans out there at home watching the broadcast, the men are travelling tomorrow to take on the Sunbury Jets. 2 p.m. tip-off. Make sure you check out the game on the Basketball Victoria YouTube channel. Gippsland need a W to get out of this losing streak. And especially with some results going the way they did tonight, they're definitely not out of the finals action just yet.
No, they're certainly well within it. Just a bit of a slump and just need to get out and get a W to bring back some momentum.
And then next week, RMIT are hosting Pakenham. For any Redbacks fans out there, make sure you get to the RMIT Sports Centre for next Saturday night action, 7 p.m. The men take on the Pakenham Warriors, that's going to be a great game. That is, RMIT surely will shuffle up the ladder a little bit tonight when we just wait for our computer to catch up. RMIT are going to shuffle into third place tonight. Pakenham are going to drop to fifth, so that's going to be a really cool action when we've got RMIT third, Pakenham fifth, and Gippsland continue to hold on to ninth, which they will hold on to ninth for tonight, and will depend on how they go tomorrow against the sixth place Sunbury. That's it from the Gippsland Regional Indoor Sports Stadium tonight. We've got the RMIT Redbacks travelling down to Gippsland and walking out with the W, 100-92. Gippsland men travelling to Sunbury tomorrow, looking to end this losing streak. That's all from us here in Gippsland tonight. Safe travels everyone home, and I hope you enjoyed the broadcast.